Hi guys, I hope you guys are safe at home in quarantine, but don't forget to subscribe here at Fino Boxing and follow my personal one at Adriana_sports. And guess what? We're gonna knock out this coronavirus. Bop, bop, bop.
Hey guys, we're here with undefeated super lightweight George Rincon. George, it's great to see you. Um, we're under a unusual time, right? Doing these interviews via Zoom. But I'd like to say, how are you doing personally dealing with this current situation of coronavirus?
Everything's, of course, everything's crazy, and I don't know what day it is anymore, but just trying to make the best of the situation, and of course, just staying ready and staying positive, and just like everybody else, waiting for this to be over.
I know, right? I feel like everybody is always wondering what day is it today. The days kind of just blend in, and it's kind of hard to tell. Is it Monday? Is it Saturday? What day is it, right?
Yeah, yeah. So you don't know. There's no difference. Weekday, weekend. It don't matter. It doesn't matter anymore.
Absolutely. We're all in this together. We're all feeling that. Well, right now, being at home but still trying to stay ready for your next fight. How have you been adjusting your training at home?
Just doing the most we can with what we have. Um, my gym where I go train here in Dallas is a police athletic league, so it's a PAL program. So of course it's run by the city, so it's a little tougher and more restricted as far as with everything going on. But just being at home, luckily I have my brother who's also a fighter. Simon Golden Boy and Alex, and so we keep each other accountable. So we just keep working. I have my dad come up here a couple times and do some mitt work with us, and so to continue with our running. So everything is just trying to adjust with the little things, just that as far as like being stuck at home, but just trying to stay as busy as we can.
Absolutely. And what other things, when you're not training and you're stuck at home, what are you doing to keep entertained?
Trying to stay away from the kitchen for sure. Um, you know, um, but as far as that goes, just a lot of TV, video games, just man, we started doing puzzles, housework, so all kinds of different stuff, to keep the time going by. And if we can, spend some time with some family if we have the chance.
Absolutely. Now, I've noticed a pattern with some of the fighters, of course, besides training, but when it comes to entertainment, obviously TV, but I've noticed a lot of fighters like to play video games. What's some of the video games that you like to play?
Well, I don't have Fight Night because I think that's just on Xbox. So I'm a PS4 guy, so right now there's been a lot of just Call of Duty stuff. Me and my brother get hop on there whenever we have the time and just play for make the time go by. But yeah, for the most part, that's it for now.
Keep that competitive spirit going. It
Yeah,
can't be in the ring, but at least we can do it on
yeah,
the video game, right?
yeah.
Well, we look forward to seeing you guys fight again, get our boxing back. Have you got any word from your promoters in Golden Boy of when we can expect to see you back in action?
At the moment, I haven't heard anything. Whenever all of this happened, as far as like sports getting canceled and all that, I was expecting to probably get a word about a possible next fight. But my manager is Lamont Roach Sr. and Lamont Roach Jr. was getting ready to fight. I think it was his fight week whenever all this happened. And that's around the time where I thought I was going to get a kind of a word or an idea of when my next fight was going to be. And then, well, all this happened. So now I'm just kind of not sure yet. But like I said before, just trying to stay as ready as we can um, and just get ready for whenever the next fight day comes.
I know, right? Boxing was for the past couple of years has been on a rise. We've been getting so many great fights, and it seems like there was boxing matches every weekend, and it's crazy how just on a blink of an eye, all of our boxing was taken away. What's a fight that you were looking forward to seeing that has been postponed or canceled so far?
Well, I was definitely looking forward to the Wilder and Fury fight, the third one, uh, and of course Canelo. Getting ready for his fight. Especially right now with the Cinco de Mayo weekend. Where they had that fight going on. Um, that's definitely one of the ones that I was looking forward to watching. So now with all that being postponed and everything, so who knows?
It is. It is. We should have been. We should have been coming back. Just gotten
Yeah,
back from Vegas.
yeah,
The weather would have been perfect. Had a big fight, Canelo. It would have been Billy Joe Saunders. It's a
Mhm.
shame, but hopefully we get to get our boxing back. I'll touch on the subject of Canelo really quick at the end. I want to get your prediction, but before we get to that, I want to talk about your division. You're in the 140 pounds. Obviously, there's a lot of talent there as well. There's the two champions in Ramirez and in Taylor that each have two titles, and of course, there's the former champs in Hooker and Prograis. When you look at the 140 division, who do you think is the top dog right now?
From what, especially from out of those names, definitely Ramirez is one of those top guys right now. Of course, obviously he has two of the belts. Um, he's really really talented fighter. I believe he's tough. I mean, I know him from the amateurs as well, so I know a little bit about him. But everybody else has their own styles make fights. So everybody has their really good attributes. But I think he's got a little bit more than some of these other guys as far as like IQ wise. So I wouldn't consider him being like, hey, this is he's one of the hardest punchers ever. He's the fastest guy, but he's a smart fighter. So that's definitely something that people need to look out for.
If that fight between Ramirez and Taylor were to happen for the undisputed, who do you think would come out victorious in that fight?
Um, I would probably have to say Jose Ramirez. It would be interesting to watch, especially because the southpaw, with Josh, and then me myself being a southpaw. So it'd be interesting to see. Of course, kind of looking to see what kind of stuff and mistakes that he makes, if I ever get the chance. So, but yeah, I think he'd be able to pull that off. It was a really crazy fight with Prograis and Taylor, so that was entertaining to watch for sure too. But that's definitely a matchup that I was actually looking forward to too. And it's crazy that it was supposed to be in China during all this. So, luckily they weren't over there during the time.
Yeah, but it's unfortunate though that Ramirez had to cancel two fights already. He
Yeah,
prepared for China, I think in just days away. He canceled it and then continued the training camp, and then he had to
yeah.
cancel again. That I
That's
could
some
only
bad. That's just
imagine
bad luck.
as
I
yeah as a fighter that how rigorous training camp is. I could only imagine um this well, aside from disappointment, but just how hard it is on your body, mentally, physically, emotionally, and everything. But
yeah.
I like that
It's
you're already keeping an eye out, for in case you were to have one day a potential a chance to fight one of these fighters. How far away do you envision yourself of getting a crack at any of these top 10 in your division?
Well, or in me, in my vision, in my thoughts, before all of this happened, I was hoping maybe by the end of next year I'd have some kind of small title or in the works for one, and then possibly work my way up from there and start getting into the mix with some of these top guys. As of now, trying to hopefully this will end soon and maybe we can still make that happen. But I trust my team, Golden Boy and of course my manager Lamont, and you know, sooner than later, hopefully I'll have the chance to get a chance at one of these guys, and of course, just continue on to try to get my dream of becoming a world champ.
Absolutely. Now, speaking of Golden Boy, they have some talent there in 135 and 140 pounds. Do you see yourself potentially fighting a perhaps Hector Tanajara or Ryan Garcia in the near future?
I mean, that's funny too because I know Hector. We go way back too. So, but hey, everyone knows that at certain times is business. But yeah, I mean, if it comes to it and they want, they're trying to figure out who's the best guy, then we got to make it happen. We'll make it happen. That's for sure. As far as it would be at 140. I don't know about going down to 35, but but yeah, but definitely, if that's the case and it comes to it, then and it's the right move to make, and after speaking to everybody, then yeah, I mean, if I'm never, I don't see myself being the kind of guy to just hey, just to get away from a certain fight, but if it's the smartest move to make, and I see that you know coming out of victory with a certain fight, even if it's the same promotions, and it's gonna make me get that much closer to my dream. Then we got to do it.
There we go. There we go. Now, if boxing were to come back, perhaps, I mean, we're thinking about the summer, so there's a lot of talks about having fights without fans, or at first maybe no fans, and then limiting it to a certain number of fans with the, having them spaced out. What do you think about the whole situation and having fights with no audience?
It's a little weird because that's one of the things that kind of hypes you up when you walk out to the ring to your song, and you got people cheering your name and just chanting. But as far as fight wise, like in the ring, honestly, at least for me, and I'm sure a lot of fighters feel the same way. When you're in there, like you're so focused, like you don't even hear anybody. So all I hear is my corner, and the ref. And it's just the other guy. It's just in there. It's almost like we're already fighting with no fans. But yeah, it definitely will be a little weird, especially walking in and you don't see that many people in the stands or in the seats. But if that's what we have to do to keep fighting, then, or at least hopefully just for a short amount of time, then that's what we got to do. Fighters got to eat, got to get paid, so got to fight.
That's right. That's right. And then that's actually kind of like the answer I've been getting in general from most fighters. Everyone feeds off and just loves that energy that the audience brings, especially walking out and getting ready to fight. But once that first bell rings, it seems that the audience is kind of tuned out, and it's just you in your corner and against your opponent. So I've never been in the ring, but I understand what you guys are saying. Now, a fight that we're so used to seeing every, let's say, Cinco de Mayo, like we mentioned, that we should have been in Vegas, and also in September, that hopefully could come to fruition if boxing comes back, is Canelo, perhaps against Triple G. If that fight does get to happen, what do you think we should expect in that fight?
Oh, Canelo will probably knock him out this time. The first fight was so close. I mean, it was such a good fight that as far as with the decision, I couldn't be mad about it. But the second fight, it was such a good fight. But I just think that Canelo is just getting so much more. He's still getting better. He's still getting better, getting stronger, sharper. And unfortunately, Triple G is kind of heading on his way out. Even though he can still hang in there with some of these guys, I just think that Canelo is getting that much better, stronger. And I honestly think that this time it would not go the 12 rounds.
All right. Well, we'll definitely find out. He was supposed to be fighting Billy Joe Saunders this weekend, and then going back down to 160 for Golovkin. But like you mentioned, many of the fighters that I have talked to don't feel that Golovkin is the same Golovkin that he fought, obviously, these past couple times, that we would see something different. So we don't know. We'll find out whenever that fight does hopefully happen. But in the meanwhile, we look forward to seeing you back inside the ring. Hopefully we get to see our boxing come back really, really soon. I wish you nothing but the best, lots of health, and thank you for taking the time, and stay safe, George.
Oh, thank you for having me. Appreciate it. Thank you. Stay safe.
Of course. Thank you. Will do. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.